Ronnie Coleman, widely regarded as the GOAT of bodybuilding. Now, if you don't know, Ronnie was just a different breed. This monster was made in a lab.
Yeah, buddy, it's on now.
Not only was Ronnie an absolute boulder of mass, he was also one of the strongest bodybuilders that has ever lived. But the question is, how strong is Ronnie really? In this video, I'm going to compare some of the King's heaviest lifts in the gym against some of my own, so we can decide how strong Ronnie really was. A little about me, if you're new here, I held the all-time Australian total record in powerlifting in the 140 kilogram weight class, that's 308 pounds, from 2020 until 2022, with a total of 1,050 kilograms, that's 2,314 pounds, as well as over a decade of coaching and competitive experience at the highest level. But we're gonna get started now. I'm definitely excited to look at Ronnie's heaviest lifts so we can see how we compare to the man himself. Enjoy. All right, big Ronnie, what do you got? Military press, 315 pounds, it's around 145 kilos. Now, I had a pretty strong overhead press. I never really focused on it, but I could not do this as easy as Ronnie is right now. No chance in the world. Now, we could argue that he's not using a full range of motion, but it obviously worked for Ronnie. Look at the size of this monster. I'm not going to tell him that he's doing it wrong. You can go and tell him that he's doing it wrong. He should be going slower on the eccentrics and using a full range of motion. I sound like a nerd, and although that's good information, I'm not telling Ronnie. 800-pound deadlift. This is a big deadlift, and keep in mind, Ronnie wasn't focused on strength. His priority wasn't strength, it was mass. So, without focus on strength, this is an impressive deadlift. Technique leaves something to be desired, but this dude is just muscle. He just muscles that shit. God damn. Now, I mean, I can deadlift more than Ronnie. My best deadlift is over 900 pounds, which is 100 pounds more than that. But I designated my time in the gym to getting stronger and working on my deadlift. Now, obviously, he does deadlift, he does strength training, he trains heavy, but that wasn't his absolute priority. His main focus was getting big and getting jacked. And he obviously did really well with all of his fucking Olympia titles, right? So obviously, unarguably, one of the most decorated bodybuilders of all time. Most people would say he is the GOAT, and I would have to agree. And without focusing, solely on powerlifting or strength, he's still ripping up 800 pounds pretty easy. And to be fair, with a couple of little tweaks, he could do more weight than that quite comfortably. Although I have got him on the deadlift, but he's got me on the muscle mass. We'll keep it rolling, baby. What else you got? You got some bent over rows, 5 plates, around 500 pounds. Again, I've done bent over rows. I can do a 500 pound bent over row, but I'm guessing I can't do it as easy. Look at the size of the muscles on this dude. Jesus Christ. He's a tank, man. Ronnie's got me on the bent over rows. Again, not a movement that I really used that often. But in saying that, this dude is a monster, and that was quite easy. And again, we can sit here and say that he should be using, slower eccentrics, more concentrated form. Look at the size of the guy. Look what he achieved. And I'm looking at 200-pound fucking dumbbells right now. Is that an incline? 200 pounds. Jesus Christ, we're at around 90 kilogram dumbbells here. So this is around 180 kilogram combined weight. I've never pressed dumbbells heavier than 80 kilos. What the fuck? Again, he could be using a greater range of motion, but that's easy. That's easy. I don't think I could match Ronnie on the incline dumbbell press. I think he's got me there. I've never used 90s. I've hit 80 kilo dumbbells for a set of 11 or 12 maybe, but 90 kilos, well, I've never done it. So Ronnie, you got me. Could I beat you on that? Maybe. You let me know in the comments. Make sure you like this video as well. I really love that engagement, gang, and be sure to subscribe to your mum's favorite channel on YouTube, Cult Strength. Look at this, 6 plates. That's not a bad squat. 6 plates is a pretty decent squat. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. What do we got? How many reps are you doing with the squat, Ronnie boy? Lightweight, baby! A front squat. Oh, this gentleman. You walk into a gym, you see 6 plates on the bar. Oh, wow, he's a strong squatter. Oh, Ronnie's front squatting. Get the fuck out of town. 200, and this is nearly 600 pounds, or maybe it's 600 pounds. It's 595. That is crazy. 4 reps. Oh man, I've done 1 rep with about 270 kilos. There is no way in the world that I'm doing 4 reps with that weight. I could not do that right now. I would have to train specifically for a front squat to be able to do that. Could I achieve that in time? Absolutely I could. I'm a strong guy, but again, the fact that he does not focus just on the squat, bench, and deadlift, his main focus is on building mass, on bodybuilding, but he still designates a lot of time and work to strength. Now, if you're an upcoming bodybuilder, if you're a gym enthusiast and you want to get bigger, right? Take note of Ronnie. No frills. Now, obviously, he supplemented very heavily, okay, which is obvious. That's just fucking standard with professional bodybuilding. But look at his style of training and what he achieved. Now, there's a lot of sports science out there, and yes, a lot of the science is fantastic. But at some point, it's just going to be about how hard you work. He works hard. He is strong. He is progressively getting stronger over time, right? When he was competing, at least, he understood that he had to progress to grow. And that's what he did. And he also did not neglect heavy barbell movements. And look at the product that turned out from that. 8-time Mr. Olympia, the best bodybuilder of all time. He was a mass monster, okay? And he achieved that through heavy barbell work. And yes, he used machines and dumbbells, but he didn't shy away from a challenge with a heavy barbell. And that says a lot, because I think a lot of these other generations coming up, no offense to anybody, but with a lot of the information out there, it may be easy to take away from that it's easier or it's okay to do the easier things. We still have to challenge ourselves. We still have to become very uncomfortable if you want to get bigger or if you want to get stronger. Now, I wasn't a bodybuilder, but I understand strength. And if you want to get stronger, you have to consistently challenge yourself time and time again. And that is no easy task. So, well done, Ronnie. Setting a great example. Let's see what else you got. Chalking those fingertips, baby. I'm not happy with those gloves though, Ronnie. I'm just saying, I know it's a different generation and maybe that was okay back then, but that's not okay now, Ronnie. But again, I'm not telling Ronnie that. If you're listening, Ronnie, it's okay, mate. I forgive you. It's 500-pound bench press. See, you can wear gloves for a 500-pound bench press, I guess. How many reps are you doing? First? You're going to embarrass me here. My best is like 5 reps. 4 reps, I think. 4 reps is my best. 2, 3. Get the fuck out. 4. Don't get 5, Ronnie. No, he's helping you. But not really. Oh, man. See, I think he's got me on the 5 reps there. I don't think I could do 5 reps. My best was 4 reps. Now, obviously, I could train to get 5 reps, but my best ever was 4, and he's got me there. I don't know what his max bench would have been. Mine was 260 kilos, but that's very impressive. 5 reps at 500-pound bench press. Straight weight, baby. This is 800-pound back squat. Now, something to keep in mind here, right? He is wearing an equipped suit. Now, it's not super tight. He's not locked in like, someone would be in a powerlifting meet where they're competing in a suit. But he is getting assistance from the suit. And I would say roughly it's 20 to 25 kilograms of assistance from his squat suit, plus his knee wraps. So, if he didn't have the squat suit, I would say it would be 20 kilos lighter. Not that he's not capable of squatting 363 kilos or 800 pounds without the suit, but keep in mind, it would offer a level of assistance. Obviously, Ronnie is not doing as well these days. He beat his body up with his lifting, and he could have used better technique, and I think that may have helped him, but hindsight's a bitch. He definitely pushed the limits and he achieved some crazy things, so my hat still goes off to the man. 800 pounds, he's screaming his head off. Fuck bracing. That's just all quadriceps too. Like, you have to understand, that's not a traditional low bar squat. That's relatively high bar, for one. He's not really using his hips or his glutes effectively at all. That is quadriceps. He is just targeting the quads, and I don't think he means to. That's just how he squats for bodybuilding, right? As I said, it's a different thing altogether. He's not necessarily using the powerlifting techniques like a low bar squat. That was almost high bar, and it was all quads, and his quads were fucking massive. Look at this shit, man. Now, I know leg press is leg press, but at some point, it is impressive. And I have seen this video and he's still working through a decent range of motion and there is no support from his hands. He's using his motherfucking legs. And when you see Ronnie Coleman packing a leg press with over, I think it's 2,300 pounds, you know that it's real. Like, this is impressive. This is not someone at a fucking Planet Fitness faking their strength on a leg press. This is old school fucking hardcore bodybuilding. Steel plates, screaming his fucking head off, lightweight, baby. God damn. To be a fly on the wall at that gym right now, because I know Ronnie was a massive inspiration for me when I got into lifting, not because I wanted to bodybuild, but I loved the man. He just looked like a fucking animal, and I remember watching these videos just thinking, God damn. Like, look at this, man. That is a decent range of motion. I don't think he could go much further because his legs are so big. That is a tank. Ronnie Coleman. Ladies and gentlemen, mums, whoever's watching, that is an absolute tank. And I remember Ronnie was a police officer, I believe. Can you imagine Ronnie coming to your house and confiscating your drugs or something? You'd be like, oh, that's funny. Because he looks like he would eat anything. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Oh my goodness. Again, I could not match that overhead press. My overhead press was not as strong as his. I focused more on bench pressing. I probably could get close with a bit of time, but he's just so strong. And again, it's just more impressive because he wasn't focused on strength. He wasn't focused on hitting 1 rep max and things like that. That's just the product of progressive overload and consistency. He's just gotten stronger over time with these movements, these foundational movements, and look at the mass that it produced. Now, as I said, obviously supplementation was included, but they were all using it. They were all using insane amounts of shit, and he managed to pack on more mass than anybody. And obviously genetics are important. Genetics are super important, right? But all those guys have fucking amazing genetics. At some point, training style is important. And something that is consistent time and time again is that the ones that work the hardest, the ones that do have high levels of strength, just seem to pack on more mass. And Ronnie is a prime example of that. I'm no bodybuilder. It was never my thing, but I could always respect Ronnie because he was the best of the best. And it really intrigues me, you know, listening to people who are the best of the best in their field and listening to them and their mindset. And when they share what it takes to achieve what they did, you can't help but listen and admire it because you know they've put the work in and they've earned it. And just looking at the man, you can see that. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I haven't done many reactions to bodybuilding. If there's anyone else you want me to react to, anything you want me to critique, be sure to let me know in the comments. And again, please make sure you've liked this video. I appreciate the engagement. We're trying to grow this channel to 100,000 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe as well. Hit that button and we'll get this bitch moving in the right direction. But until next time, I think you know what to do, gang. Go to the fucking gym and try and get as strong as Ronnie. Let's go.